Like doing polite war seems to be like the new thing now.
Yeah, well, I guess it does make sense because it's killing a bunch of people doesn't really accomplish anything
Right.
unless the conflict is at such a point that you really need that shock factor and that
Yeah.
emotion behind it. Like, no, we're just gonna kill a bunch of your people. But when it's kind of just a kind of like this was, where it's maybe escalating and it's tit for tat, it makes sense. Like, yeah, we don't really need to kill anybody. We maybe want to take out certain targets, like missile silos and stuff. Any kind of equipment that they might think is uh, a risk to them, but you don't necessarily want to kill people.
See, that's what I think too. It's like I don't see the point at all in taking human life if you can go after all of the assets.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Joe just said, "Wait, we shot a missile," and we're like, "Yeah, it will end." No, Iran launched 14 missiles at the base. The U.S. knocked down 13 of them, and they let one of them go because
It was
the
just
trajectory wasn't going to hit anything.
Right.
So they didn't shoot it down.
So why waste?
It's implied that they could have shot it down.
Yeah. Why waste any ammunition?
He's basically saying we shut down 14 of them
Yeah.
and or 13 of them.
What about that one that got away?
We
don't worry about that one.
we totally could have shot that down, but we didn't need to. So we
Yeah,
didn't.
but Johnny was on the gun, and Johnny might have been a little hungover.
We totally could have shot that
Yeah,
one down.
Johnny was
we
like,
didn't want to.
"We call him cross-eyed Johnny. He was aiming for it, but I think his right eye was looking at it, and his left eye was looking at something else. So we could have totally shot it down, but we didn't. It's fine." There's my bad Trump for you here.
There was a beautiful Qatari lady walking by, all covered up.
Yeah, but I could totally see her under her eyes there. I could totally see it. A little bit of her cheekbone.
What a
It was
slut.
so sexy. There was so much of it. Why am I talking like Trump still? That was Johnny. That was supposed to be Johnny. What were you saying about what? Anyways. Yeah. So I don't know. I lost my train there. Too much Trump. But yeah. So hey, we know that there's a ceasefire anyway. So now it's like I guess this was all just like fun playing war, and polite
This is
at
kind of
time.
what led to the ceasefire. I mean, it could have been the fact that that's why it's like blowing off steam. Like Iran gets to shoot their missiles off, so you get that outward aggression, and then they also get to see that none of them actually hit their target because
Right.
they just shot them all down, and they're like, "Oh, okay, maybe that's interesting."
Yeah.
So then maybe they're like a little bit of a reality check. They maybe aren't as equipped as they maybe thought they were, because it's easy to get yourself hyped up. You got a bunch of stuff you're stockpiling, you're preparing, but you really don't know what the other side is doing, and you're getting angry and all this stuff, and then you have that you have a little bit of an outburst, and they easily control you, and then you're just like, huh.
It's like going to try and fight somebody and they just put their hand on your head.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
You swing a little and go, all right, that was a bad
Yeah,
idea.
it's like a real instead of letting things boil over where it gets too serious, there's like a little bit of steam. It's a pressure release.
It's a good point. Joe says you only do polite wars when the country being attacked has no real shot at defending the target. Yeah, I mean, but Israel's been doing this for a while with the this advance notice, letting
Yeah,
Palestinians
they drop
know,
flares where they're gonna strike.
right?
And,
And
I think it's hours.
apparently
sometimes.
too, like apparently this is I don't know, I've heard this, so I don't know if this is true or not or whatever. I've not vetted it completely, but they'll actually literally make phone calls. They would make phone calls in the past and say, okay, we're gonna attack this
Yeah.
building in 10 minutes or something.
Well, the phone calls is the first thing. That's also why they dropped the flares, because now it's like they don't necessarily trust the people that they're calling to
Right.
tell the citizens what's going to happen. So we're just going to drop flares so
Right.
everybody can see. Like Hamas can't hide that. The flare falls on your house. You
Yeah.
know that something's coming, so you got to get out.
This is the thing that gets me about these I don't know, I'm going to go into a tangent here. But when people go, oh, there's a genocide going on, or this and that. So you get one side will say, oh, that they're doing everything they can to stop innocence from being, I got to watch the words I use, but innocence being, bleh. And then the other side says, no, it's a genocide. I think it's a bit of both. I think there's a middle ground. I think sometimes some commanders might be like, screw these, barbaristic people and they just throw bombs in there, and then nobody's warned or whatever. But most of the time, I think, this is my opinion again, that Israel's doing what they need to do because they're the superior force, to give advance warning and all that. And then from the other side, they're saying, well, it's a genocide. No, but it could be a genocide. This is what makes me laugh. You're saying it's a genocide, but they have the ability to go genocidal on the other side if they wanted to, and
that's being
quickly.
genocided is growing.
Yeah, and they could quickly do it. Like it's not even like they would have to do it. It would take very long. They could very easily. They have the
Get in
weapons.
there tomorrow.
Yeah, they could do it. And the fact that they haven't done it, I think, should tell you something. It's like, but this is a whole tangent. We could do a whole podcast. We could do 3 weeks on this thing, but I don't want to talk too much about that. But I just think that I think, to get back to the polite war thing, I think Israel does what, I think they do more than what's expected, what should be expected of them to, make this as, whatever, as less messy as it could be, given their strength versus their, versus the other side, right? So, all right, anyways, we'll call it on that.